Hi there, welcome back to DSR Ghostwriting on LinkedIn and YouTube. My name is Daniel Rosal. I'm a freelance writer and marketing consultant based in Jerusalem. I wanted to talk today for a few minutes about a common question for those thinking about getting involved in producing thought leadership, and that is, where can I publish my thought leadership? So I've talked before about some of the options available, some of the options people commonly take, and I'm just going to run through those quickly again. So the first way, I like to break it down between on-site and off-site. On-site are basically editorial outlets that you control. So if you go ahead and set up a blog on your company website, then you full editorial control. You can publish anytime you want. Another advantage of this approach from a SEO standpoint is that you are building up the domain authority and the SEO worth of that domain name. So if you're publishing on somewhere like medium.com, or you're just publishing directly on LinkedIn, you're not actually building up your website. The flip advantage from an SEO standpoint is that places like Medium and LinkedIn already have good domain authority, very high domain authority, in fact, but you're competing there with everybody else on the platform. Publishing offsite. So there is online and offline publishing. There is still a good amount of offline publishing taking place in the B2B marketing world, particularly for those targeting trade media publications that still get printed and circulated at trade shows and things like that. So going for offsite publication can be either an offsite publication you control, and again, the examples I'd use would be Medium and LinkedIn, or it could be an editorial publication you don't control, such as, for example, a trade media news website or a trade media print publication. Now, the thing about these is that you're going to have to pitch editorial organizations, and that's going to usually mean that you're going to have to read contributor guidelines and make sure that your pitch is tailored. And if you're publishing offsite to an owned channel, so let's talk again about Medium and LinkedIn, well, you're not going to have to pitch Medium in order to publish an article through your own Medium channel, but you're not going to be building up your own domain authority. And again, from a long-term SEO standpoint, even from a backup standpoint, that has some implications. So I hope that overview was useful in terms of where and through what channels you can publish your thought leadership. A common recommendation is that people focus something like 80-20. 80% of your activity through your own channels, developing up your own website, and 20% of your activity through guest posting and through editorial placements. And another big advantage of doing that is that you're going to expose yourself to new audiences. So if you're publishing through your website, distributing through your monthly email list, whatever you have, you're going to be reaching that same audience. It's going to hopefully be growing slowly over time, but it's more or less going to be the same audience. And if you can get those offsite placement opportunities, you're actually going to be able to get yourselves in front of a different audience and possibly a bigger audience. So pros and cons, you have to use a bit of logic and intelligence in choosing which channel is the most appropriate for a given piece of thought leadership or for an entire thought leadership strategy. Hope this video was useful. If you're interested in getting more insights about thought leadership and content marketing from me, then please feel free to check out my website at dsrghostwriting.com. It's a writing service specializing in thought leadership ghostwriting, and you can also follow DSR Ghostwriting here on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching.